What's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button for me. This is Drinks with JD.
Nice.
All right, Nicole McFly,
Hello.
thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
No, I truly appreciate it. You know, it's been a long time. You know, I met you, I want to say a couple years ago, and I just been so excited to sit down with you. So I'm just happy that we're here together and we're gonna get to know you. Well, since it's our first time sitting down together, can you please introduce yourselves to the Planet S.O.N audience? Can you please let them know who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Okay. Well, hello everybody. My name is Nicole McFly. I'm from Tijuana, and I am an artist. Yes.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, I guess let's be more specific, right? Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Tijuana. I was raised in San Diego.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. I guess so we could get to know you better. What schools did you go to?
Well, a lot of them. I went to a lot of schools, like TJ in San Diego.
Oh, wow.
You know, both places at the same time. I would say a couple years here, a couple years there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in San Diego, I would say Southwest High.
Okay.
You know.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, how was that dynamic like for you? Because let's say for people watching from like different countries, different cities, you know, they don't really know our culture as in, you know, San Diegans, we're a border city.
Right.
And, you know, it's normal for us, for our culture to like have like, let's say people living in TJ or, you know, vice versa, living over here and going to school over there, you know, stuff like that. How was it for you growing up?
Well, it was interesting because like I would go to TJ and, or like coming to school here, for example, and then going to TJ to like public schools, and it was a trip because the technology or like the education, it was like a little bit more behind. Like in the US, we're already using like laptops and shit, right? Yeah. And then, can I cuss?
Yeah. Well, be yourself.
Okay, I'll be myself. Anyways, so in TJ, I remember like in like middle school, we were still using the typewriters. Okay. But in the US, they were already using like smart boards and shit. So it was like a trip, and then like, you know, free lunches in the U.S. and in Mexico, it was like, nah, like you, like, everybody has to figure it out on their own, you know, and I don't know. So it was different like that. I appreciate both cultures, you know, but the education was totally different.
Yeah, and that's awesome that you at least got to see two perspectives, you know, where like, let's say people don't see both, and maybe sometimes they're not appreciative of certain things, you know, and maybe, you know, it's humbling, you know, and it could allow you to grow differently. Did that also impact you as well?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I love both cultures. I love I love Mexico and I love the U.S., but there's things of both that I feel like make me of who I am, you know what I mean? So yeah.
No doubt.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous.
No, that's fine. No worries. Okay. Well, where are your parents from?
My parents are, well, my aunt, my mom, she's from Ensenada. Oh, wow. And my dad's from TJ, you know, but I think his family's from like Guadalajara or something like that, so yeah.
Okay,
Tijuana, you know.
No doubt. Well, I guess let me share something. My mother is also from TJ.
Oh, nice.
Or I'm sorry, forgive me.
Ensenada.
My mother's also from Ensenada.
Nice.
And we constantly go, especially when I was a kid. We would always go there. My grandparents lived there, and even to this day, you know, I still take my mama to La Bufadora or just to her old neighborhood, you know. Yeah. Okay, so you're an artist through and through, right? Besides art and music, what else were you interested in as a kid?
As a child? Yeah. I really like the performing arts. Okay. I like theater and I like film. I don't know, I just always knew that I was gonna be doing art. I don't know, because I was always like so, I don't know, outgoing and I guess like, I don't know. I really like theater and acting, and I like horrible acting too. Okay. There's something funny about it, you know, but I don't know. Cartoons, I watched a lot of cartoons and stuff like that I really enjoyed. I just knew that I was gonna do something like this because, you know, I'm the oldest of all the nietos and stuff and like the cousins, so I was like, you know, during family reunions I'd be like, all right y'all, we're gonna prepare a little skit and we're gonna do it in front of everybody within like an hour, you know, just like randomly, like we would practice, or like, you know, I would record like the family gatherings and stuff, and then like edit it and show it at the end of the year.
That's amazing.
I don't know, just for fun, you know, we would go out and stuff, and I would cut it, and then like put funny music, and we would all just hang around the tree.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
so
talking about.
I always enjoyed it. Entertaining. I like performing, entertaining people. That's like what I like. I like making people laugh, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about it that I really enjoy.
Yeah, well, that's Nicole, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. What you just reminded me of, what you were talking about, how as a kid you would like get your cousins together and all that stuff. I would do that as well, right? All the time. Like, yeah, I would write, and then I would like film short films or something with my cousins. What were you able to, like, let's say, have an editing system or like software, you know, because the reason why I'm asking, because I didn't, so I would like cut in certain places in the video, in the actual video, and then record. But how did you do it?
I think I started with like a super whack program.
Okay.
It was a Vegas, I don't remember what it was called. I think it was Vegas Pro or something, and it was like one of those free programs, and my computer would crash all the time because it couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
you know?
it was just
like,
too powerful.
Yeah, exactly. Or like, I think that's the first program that I used to like do videos.
Okay.
You know, not until I got like to school, I realized that there was more programs for free, and I would edit in school too, but that's what I would use, like that.
That's cool. That's what I'm talking
Or
about.
iMovie, I think.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay. Now, right now you're talking about your cousins, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you have siblings, and are you the most artistic?
I have two siblings. I have my sister and my brother, and I would say they're both artistic.
Okay.
They're both, like, my little brother enjoys like films. Like he's really into movies, and he writes like crazy scripts with zombies and stuff. And and he's just a child, you know what I mean? And so I'm like, interested, like what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And he also like fucks with clay, you know, like he makes like clay dolls,
like
and
claymation,
like
or something
claymation,
like that.
and like or like he would see like because he's really into like World War II and stuff, and like the art of war, you know, so he would recreate like guns or like ships, and so he's really artistic. And my sister also, she's like a great like painter. She draws, like she can draw by memory, and like and she's very educated too, and she like expresses herself through dressing.
Yes.
So they're both artists, and my mom's, you know, used to it, but I don't know. I guess maybe since I'm the oldest, I just do things.
Yeah.
I just have to do things, you know, no matter how shitty they look. Yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna make a movie.
Yeah.
And I make the movie, and then it's like, okay, it's not, I'll never release this maybe, but I did it.
But you did.
And now I have the experience. I don't know. So I'm just doing things, you know. I like doing things. That's like my favorite thing to do.
That's amazing.
No
doubt.
Yeah.
Now, is your family, all right, here, you know what, let me ask you this. When did you know, or how old were you when you fell in love with creating?
With creating?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I feel like it was always in me, to be honest with you. Like
day one.
Day one.
Your
like
birthday. Here we go.
Yeah, dude. Like I remember I was very I don't know. I just wanted to do things. But I guess the first thing that I did, I remember doing this drawing. It was like a Native American zombie girl, you know, like I just did it and like drew it and I was so proud of it, you know. I was like, dude, like how did I do this, you know? I was just like, and I just kept drawing and just kind of getting from the internet, you know. And I would also like create outfits too. Like I would make like little folders on my computer, and I would just like put like whatever I would find on the internet, and it's like, I can't afford this, but I'll put it here. And then also like me and my friends started like a fake podcast on my iPod, like an MP3 player, you know. We just record ourselves, and that was fun because we were just like coming up with things on the spot, you know. And we were just like, you know, like making fun of anything and everything, you know, as kids. And I really loved doing that and hearing it over, and like, I would show it to my mom and my sister, you know. And it was like 30-minute like recordings, and I would show it to put it like connected on the car, right? And I was like, you guys have to listen to this shit, you know, like, and they would laugh. They would laugh, and I was like, damn, like, that's funny.
That's awesome.
You know,
that's awesome.
So.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah. So how about this? When you first started displaying your artistic side, was your family encouraging? Like, were they telling you like, keep going, Nicole?
Well, I don't know if they said, well, they never said stop. They never said like, and they've never said like, oh, that's not, like, we don't like that, or maybe you should try something else, you know, like they've never said that. So I guess they would support it through like laughing and being like, or like, you know, they'd be like, oh, can you put it again, you know, like put that video again, or like they would share it, like be like, oh, look what my you know, my cousin did, this is funny, or whatever. So yeah, I've always had very encouraging parents and family. Amazing. You know, they've always been like super like down, and I feel like so they never said no. They've never, you know, I feel like if my family is like honest, you know, like I got cold family, hardworking family, and I feel like if they would have, I don't know, if they wouldn't have seen something in me, like, and I'm privileged that way, you know, because I know a lot of people are, you know, talented and are, you know, outgoing and I don't know, talented, and they don't have the encouragement of their family, which, you know, but I feel privileged to have the family that I have.
That's amazing. You know, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
You know how you were mentioning how all three of you and your siblings, right? All three of you guys have your own, I guess, artistic traits.
Yeah.
Did you also, or let's say, are your parents like that, or your grandparents?
No, my parents don't. They're not. I mean, my mom was the first person who showed me music. You know, that's for sure. Like she bought me an MP3 player, or like a CD. It was a CD player, the first thing, and she just burned me like CDs with like a lot of music. You know, she like so that's how I first came in contact with music. And then my grandma, I would say, is the most artistic one. Yeah. She like would build, like sew dresses for my mom and like her sisters, and she would paint too, like these crazy like paintings like of flowers and shit, and she was very into it. Like, so my grandma's, I would say I got it from her. Okay. You know, a little bit. I would say like 60%.
There you go. Okay, okay. So it's in the blood.
Yeah, regardless. I think so, in a way.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So, there you go. Right, product placement. Yes. Yeah. Shout out, you know, here. Cheers, right? Here, cheers. There you go.
Cheers. Clank, clank.
Okay, so.
Yes.
So I know that we actually just mentioned something. I guess that leads on to this question. But I guess I'll just keep poking at it, you know. Okay. So after following you for a while, and obviously after doing my research for this interview, you're, like I just mentioned, you're an artist through and through. You know, you dabble in music and film and dance and drawings and literally everything, right? And when it comes to art, where does that inspiration come from? Like, where are those artistic traits? Like, where do you think that you got them from?
Oh man, I don't know. Yeah. I think the soul wants what it wants. Okay, like it just comes out, you know. Like I think it's just, I don't know. It's cathartic, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes my body, I don't know. I just feel my emotions all through my existence, you know, like through my body and through my voice and through my eyes, through my hands. So I feel like it would be a sin not to. It would be a sin not to express it, you know, somehow. So I feel like it just comes out. But of course, you know, I've had I really like Gloria Trevi, for example. Okay. You know, she's like, you know, so expressive and in her dance moves or in her hair, in her like everything about her, you know. Well, back in the day when I started listening to her, you know, before I was innocent, I didn't know what was going on, you know, like, but yeah, I think it just comes through like survival almost, you know, like I don't know. I feel like you just have to express yourself no matter what, like just, I don't know. And I enjoy seeing all those art forms, you know, like I enjoy seeing people dancing or like, I don't know, like little things about each art is, I don't know, it feeds me, it feeds my soul, and I feel like I need to let it out somehow, you know.
Okay.
Because then I will go crazy, man.
Yeah. No, I feel you. Yeah. Well, it's awesome that, hey, at least, you know, you let it out through your art. Now, some people, right, they don't like to display, let's say, or show, let's say, their pain, their vulnerabilities, their fears, you know, stuff like that, right? However, for you, right, you display who you truly are in your art, you know, you and everything that you do. You know, you just let it all out. Where does that courage come from to allow yourself to display Nicole? Like, where does that courage come from?
Well, I don't know. Because I never wrote things knowing that I was going to be here, you know. I didn't write it thinking that I was going to perform it someday. I didn't write it like that, you know. I just wrote it like, kind of like, I don't know, a feeling, right, of whatever, betrayal or anger, you know. And then I just felt it, and I was like, well, I got to let it out. And like the first thing that, you know, I don't know, a song or whatever, or a drawing, and I'm just expressing it in the purest form, you know, like not thinking of anyone and like what they would say, or if I would like put anybody on blast or myself on blast. Like I didn't think about that. I'm sorry, I keep touching the mic, man.
You're fine. No, you're fine. It's good. It's good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And then the courage, I guess, came from like, I don't know, people just enjoying it, you know? Like just being like, or sharing their story with me, and they'd be like, oh, damn, dude, you know, like this happened to me, or like this resonates with me. And I'm like, huh, interesting, you know, like that's, but I guess, like I said, it feeds me to perform. It feeds my soul. Like I feel so good. Like
that's amazing.
I feel like the stage is where I feel the safest, dude. Like it's like where I feel part of something greater. I don't know, part of greater than me even, because I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Well, it's awesome that, you know, you allow yourself, right, to display who you, like I said, who you truly are, and that energy comes back to you. You know, where like, you know, how you were saying, how when people see your art, which is your true self, you know, they resonate with the whole thing, and then they get courage, they get what you know, the positivity that you're pushing out, and that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be yourself. I don't know. And everybody talks about it. Everybody talks about being real. Everybody talks about that, and it's 100% true, you know? Like, I don't know. Who else can we be but ourselves, you know? I enjoy expressing myself. I've always been super sensitive, you know? Like, I've always been a crybaby. I've always been, like, I don't know, expressive, you know? Like, I've never been able to hold it down. Hold it, like, inside, you know? Maybe you see me happy and stuff, hey, you know? But I also, you know, I'm sensitive, just like everybody else, you know? And, yeah, I don't know. Even when I'm happy, I can, you know, I can shed a tear here and there, you know, like, you know. I'm very emotional. I can feel emotions very heavily, and I don't know, maybe that's what helps me express my music, express myself, you know. I don't know. I feel like people can smell when something's fake, or they can feel when someone's not being real. Like, I don't know if, you know, I feel like humans are becoming more aware of themselves and others, and I feel like, I don't know, I don't know, dude.
Okay.
I just like expressing myself. It's like my favorite thing to do.
No doubt. Okay. So, like I keep mentioning, you know, you're extremely artistic, right? What scares you from art and creating?
What scares me from art and creating? What scares me? That's a good question. Holy moly, I would never. What scares me? Well, honestly, right now, what scares me the most, I would say, is like the fans. You know. Well, I look up to a lot of great artists, you know, and a lot of them suffer because of their own fan base, you know, straight up. Like a lot of them.
How so?
You know, misinterpret their words, misinterpret their actions, or, you know, create theories about them, all this shit, you know. I don't like that. Like, all artists are just humans at the end of the day. Like, I don't believe in, I don't know, like, I don't know. I don't believe in not meeting someone and judging their actions, you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like when we hear a piece of music, or when we consume a certain type of art, that art's gonna give us something, you know, like we ourselves are digesting that art. Like, we're not that artist, we don't know what it actually means, and we'll never know, you know? And sometimes even if the artist explains themselves, they'll still be like, you know, misinterpreted. And I don't know, I feel like that's very unfair, you know, like I feel like I don't know, it's almost like we can't just consume and shut up. You know, like we can't just consume and be like, okay, how does this make me feel, and let's move forward, whatever, like, or you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's sort of like Leonardo da Vinci, right? One of the greatest artists in human history, I guess. You know, let's say when he painted the Mona Lisa, right? First we have to think, okay, how long did it take for him to do it, right? But then what was the initial emotion that sparked that thought, well, I'm gonna draw this painting.
Yeah.
But then the time in between when you started and when you finish, still emotions can be different.
Right.
You know, like the reasoning why could be something different at the end. You know what I'm saying? Than why you started. And then let's say we both go to the Louvre, you know, and then we see the Mona Lisa, right? How do I digest it, and how would you digest it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's like, I guess that's the beauty of art, you know, because it's like we don't know why he did it, or as in, like, let's say the initial, you know, reason,
right?
And then the outcome, like, well, let's say he didn't even like it, you know. In the end, it's like, it's basic, you know.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. Like overall, I guess we could say that's the beauty of art. Because no matter what we're creating, you know, like let's say this interview, right? This is art. We're creating, and someone could watch it and not like it, and it's okay.
Right.
And then someone else could watch it and love it.
Yeah.
And then someone else could watch it and not have any emotions towards it. But still, it's creating something of feeling in people, and that's art. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's art in everything for sure, you know. Like, we can have a creative conversation, like a conversation. I love great conversations, you know, like going to a party or whatever, and then having that one person to talk to, and it's like, whoa, like, you know, they can open your mind, and I don't know everything, you know, so I don't know. I feel like you can get creative every moment of your life, you know.
That's right.
And this is a creative way of, you know, I don't know, like the S.O.N. planet, right?
Yeah.
619,
all
like
day,
you said in your videos, and like, you know, and there's creativeness and everything. So I don't know, you can either like enjoy it and like, you know, take it in and see how you feel, or you can just, you know, judge it, you know, which I feel like, you know, do it, you do it. You do an interview, or you do a cup, or you come up with your own brand, you know, like there's suffering and everything, like there's sacrifices, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like people need to have some empathy too, you know?
It's empathy, especially because it's art.
Yeah.
You know, like relax.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's no rules to this.
Yeah, there is no rules. Like, the more people that are creating, the better. Like, I feel like they're making a world a better place, you know, no matter what. Like, no matter how controversial or whatever, like, I don't know. There's connections, you know, between, like, the artist and something else. And I don't know. It's just so liberating. And I feel like humans are going to forever create until fucking, I don't know, a meteor comes or something, you know? Like, I hope that we're creating until the last moment, you know? Because it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, you know, it kind of reminds me of this meme I saw. It goes, well, you know how Earth is spelled EARTH, and it says, Earth without art is eh. You know, it's just, you know,
that's true. That's true.
So it's kind of that. No
That's
doubt.
so true.
Okay,
it is.
okay. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
I can't even imagine. Well, I've had like, I guess like ideas, or should I? Oh, I've had like crazy. I don't know. I'm always like, I'm a very imaginative person, you know, and I'd be like driving around, or, you know, walking around places and stuff, and then I'd be like, what would it be like if like streets were like all colorful, like this, if like the roads were like pink, and like the buildings were like, imagine how crazy it would be if like art was just exploding in every corner of the world, you know, and like how crazy would that be? You know what I mean? Like,
and would it be a better place?
And would it be a better place, or would it be worse? We don't know, but you know, I went to Texas with a band like last month, I think, and Texas was beautiful. There was like art everywhere, like in the little corner, you know, of like something, there'd be like a little painting like just there, and I was like, and then everywhere you look there'd be art, and I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be crazy, you know, if like we lived in a museum, you know, or something,
something.
And if the world was just like, just more expressive with it, but I don't know.
No doubt. Okay,
So,
okay.
I like it.
There you go. Okay, so out of all the aspects of art that you're in tune with, you know, film, you know, music, just everything, right? Which one resonates more with you?
Film.
Film.
100%.
Wow.
100 times. Like, if, I don't know, I feel like I'm never gonna go broke. You know, like I'm always gonna have something to do. I'm never gonna go hungry or like, that's like the thing that I think about the most. Like if, I don't know, if one day I can't speak no more, you know, if I wake up and my voice is gone, like what would I do? I would make a movie. You know, I would write like a movie. I have some scripts. I have some plans, you know,
awesome.
but I can't say much because, you know.
Why not?
Because I don't like talking about things that are not done. Like, because then it has happened to me multiple times where it's like, okay, I'll explain someone, you know, a concept, you know, it's like, oh dude, I have this idea, la 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 la, and they're like, well, what if you change this? What if you change that? So I feel like it changes. Well, I feel like, I don't know, when you have an idea, the best thing to do is to let it out in its purest form, which is like through the source, through you. Like you are the one that thought of, unless it's a collective project, you know, unless it's like, oh, I thought of this artist, or, you know, like I have a family member or like a partner that can help me and I feel like we would work together well, you know, like that's a different story. But when it's coming from you, like I feel like the best thing to do is to finish it like right there and then, you know, find the pieces that you need. But I don't know, and it's like, I don't know. I don't like talking about things when they're not fully done, you know. I'll reach out when, you know, and, you know, I don't know. I like surprises too. Like, you know, like a Marvel movie, you know, like you wait until you see the teaser and then it's like, oh shoot, I didn't know like that.
And at that time it's already complete. When they tease it.
Exactly.
No, I could totally relate.
Right.
Because like me as an artist, you know, I like to do stuff. And maybe, you know, tomorrow, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. You know, but let's say if I tell somebody I'm going to do it, you know, it's like, you know, now it kind of falls. Right. I don't know, maybe it leaves someone with a bad taste in the mouth or something. I don't know.
Could be. You never know. Yeah. And also, wait, what was I going to say? Oh, yes, like, I feel like it's so important when you get an idea to, like, let it out. Because I feel like I've seen it where I feel like the universe or whatever source gave you this, you know, idea or whatever, it's going to give it to someone else. I feel like, that, you know what I mean? Like it's going to go somewhere 100%. Else because that idea has to come out, you know? Like, it's fair for the world to see it and to experience it. So it's like, if you don't get your, you know, get the move on, like it's going to happen with or without you.
Even if you don't say anything, it's still going to come out. I've seen that happen so many times,
It's like, with inventions or anything, it's like, you know, you got to make a move, you know? Like, you always have to keep making a move and keep creating because it's like, I don't know. I don't know.
It makes sense. It makes sense. I'm with you. Yeah. Okay, so, well, obviously, you know, we're talking film. I've seen your short films, right? They're, you know, I love. Yeah. Well, you know, doing research. You know?
Wow.
But I've seen some of the short films that you've done, and you know, I love your shots. I love your stories. The way you know you tell, you know, your art through visuals. You know, what's your favorite part of film and videography?
Well, I want to say first of all that none of those films are like I'm not like. I'm proud of them, but like they're not my magnum opus. I feel like I haven't created something that I'm like, whoa, you know, like this is mine, and like I did it, and it came out exactly how I wanted it in my head. I still need a lot of work on, you know what I'm saying? So, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Yeah. What's your favorite part of film and videography?
I like the writing process, right? I like that. I like editing. I love editing. It's my favorite thing to do, you know, like, or, you know, I guess the before and after, really. The during is cool, you know, and that's exciting because there's so many things that can go wrong. So many things. It's like, oh, dude, I forgot this or I forgot that, or like, how are we going to make this work, you know? So for it to get there to like where you want it to be, so many things have to like align, you know what I mean? So I don't know. My favorite is, I feel like those are the less stressful parts of the process, you know, like the writing and the editing. I feel like they're the easiest things because you're by yourself, or, you know.
And they're already complete, as in, you know what the writing part is already complete. And then when you're editing, at least you have the full film.
Material,
that you already,
right?
So it's like you could just finish it.
Of course. Yeah.
But the in-between is
is the hard part, because like we made a movie, me and my friend Millie Frames, shout outs to the homie. And we just met, you know, and apparently he was following up my movies when we were in high school. Like, I would still make them, and he was like, dude, like, I was a fan of you. And I was like, dude, I'm a fan of you because you make great, anyways. I was like, we gotta work together. I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do it. And I was like, so I'm gonna write a movie. I'm just gonna write a movie, you know. And then, do said and done. I was like, I write like one thing on the paper. I'm like, there's a girl sitting on the couch, and then from there, just finished like 30-something pages of the short film, you know. And I was like, this movie's called Tijuana. That's how I was like, Tijuana. That's it. I'm gonna print it out. And then we got together. We were like, okay, we're ready to shoot. Whatever, everything's, we have put everything together. And then the day that we're gonna start shooting, right? The time comes, and I was like, dude, it's 9 a.m. Where's everybody? You know, like what the fuck?
Yeah. Because there's logistics to it.
Right.
Like, yeah, you gotta be there. You gotta.
We had food, like we had like props, everything was ready. And so the chick who was supposed to be in the film, she calls and she's like, I can't make it. Me and my brother can't make it. And they're like, in this film, there's only 3 characters, you know? And then I'm like, dude, that's. And then the third person can't make it either. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what are we gonna do, you know? And then we were like, let's just do it ourselves. Let's just be and you, let's be in the film, you know? And so we were recording and acting at the same time, and we were all sweaty because we would like run to the camera, look at it, and then come back, sit down, and like try to get into character, you know? But I'm not an actress like that, so.
But that's amazing though that you adapted, because well, first of all, that's art, you know, but people in film, you know, we know that stuff like that happens all the time. It's happened to me, it's happened to everybody. You know, it's just a part of the art process. You know? And it's like, you know, the people that showed up or the money that you spent, we're still going. You know, and you have to just adapt and get this piece done. So yeah,
make it work, you know. And we did, and we came more together after that. Like,
but overall, you like the end of the film?
No, there's 2 scenes missing in that movie. So we were planning on replacing them with like with cartoon, like cartoony looking thingies. And then, but it was like very expensive, dude. It was like $200 per.
But still, that's amazing that overall you still wanted to adapt. So that's amazing.
So we finished it. It's finished, but it's missing 2 parts, and then COVID hit, so we couldn't finish like I think.
There's so many dynamics.
So many things that happened that like, you know, but I still have it. Like I have it and I can see it every day, you know, but it's like our ugly baby that we don't show anybody, you know.
Well, I'm excited to see what you create as far, you know, film-wise in the future. So it's pretty awesome.
I love film.
Okay, let's talk music.
Yes.
Why the stage name Nicole McFly?
Well, Nicole McFly was born during some tough times. I'm kidding. So, when I was going to middle school, en la secundaria 118.
There you go.
I can say that? Should I say that?
Sure, why not?
Okay, la secundaria 118, represent, you know. I love that school. It's a public school. Anyway, so I was always talking about like Back to the Future and stuff, you know. I was like, Back to the Future, you know. And a lot of people didn't understand what I was talking about. Because I was obsessed with like time travel and like just geeky shit, you know. Like I was one of those kids that was like into zombies and like, you know, I don't know. And then nobody would really like talk about it. Or like, I don't know, there was not that many people to relate, I guess. And then one kid showed up and he was like, hey, McFly. And I was like, oh, so that was our thing. Like he'd be like, hey, McFly, you know, you're a chicken. And I was like, nah, don't call me that. You know, like kind of like playing like with the, I guess with the pop culture of it. Pop culture references. And then he would just call me, hey, McFly. And then my mom let me open a Facebook. And because back then it was MySpace, but then Facebook, you know, like, and she was like, okay, you're 14, whatever, now you can open a Facebook. And I put Nicole McFly, and then after that it just became, I guess, like.
And you just stuck.
It just stuck, you know, and teachers thought my actual last name was McFly, so they'd be like, Nicole McFly, you know, Nicole McFly, stuff like that, and it just stuck. It stuck, and you know, it sounded cool, and people would call me McFly. Hey, McFly, you know. Mac Moscas, you know, whatever, and it just stuck with me, and I think it sounds cool.
No, it's pretty dope.
So
there you go.
I like it.
Okay. Now, as far as music, who influences you?
Everything, dude. Everything influences me.
Are there certain artists?
Artists, I guess. Let me think.
Because you mentioned Gloria Trevi.
Gloria Trevi, I was a big fan of Gloria Trevi. I grew up with Linkin Park a lot too. You know, because it was very heartfelting music, I guess. And you know, you're a teenager and you're like you're not even going through anything, and you're like, you know, and
it doesn't even matter.
I tried so hard.
Exactly.
And Linkin Park, Papa Roach. I was into Papa Roach. I don't know, My Chemical Romance. El Disco del Millón. Like my mom would listen to that type of music, and I enjoyed it. Musical influences. That's from the past, like that's what made me feel like I would listen to a song and then I would imagine like the music video in my head, I would be like, I would close my eyes and just like be like, and I would go back to the song and I'd be like, I feel like these like drums feel like punches, or like this would be perfect for like, or I don't know, I would listen to a song I would obsess over a song. Like I would be like, I don't know, Lord, Yellow Flicker Beat, and I would just play it over and over and over and over, and then just dance in my room and be like, express and like jump around, and it's pretty ridiculous. Nah, just kidding.
Well, how about this? Let me add on to what you were saying. Let's say, okay, you bought a CD, right? And the videos aren't even out yet, right? But now you just hear the lead single in the radio, and then it's you visualize it in your head, and then all of a sudden they drop the video, right? Have you ever been disappointed on how they portrayed the video? Because in your head you had a completely different video.
Yes.
Like were you ever like, man, I would have done it better?
Yes.
Right? Okay,
a lot of times, but I guess it's the ego too. It's like you're because you expect something else. Like for example, Rake. Oh no, you know what? Okay. Like RBD, right? I didn't know RBD was a show. I thought it was just music. I thought it was a band, because I won a CD in elementary school.
That's awesome.
And I heard it, and I would hear it, and I'd be like, dude, this slaps, sick band. And then, wait, was it RBD? No, it was High School Musical, my bad. But it happened with both. So I would hear High School Musical, and I was like, dude, this is sick, so theatrical, so like, I don't know, dramatic, And then I was watching TV, and it was like High School Musical, the movie playing, and this Sunday, and I was like, they have a movie? The band has a movie, So obviously I enjoyed the movie a lot, but yes, or what happened where like I would listen to a band or a song and like the people didn't look like I saw them in my head, like I would picture like my crush at the time, singing to me or something, So I've definitely like watched videos and I'm like, oh, like they didn't cut that right. Like I was like, oh, they should have done this instead. So but then again, I feel like I can't like, I don't know.
Overall, you can't be too hard on a director because you gotta be empathetic because that's their art.
But
so it's like, okay, you gotta, if you want that, okay,
you gotta do it yourself,
Yeah.
So then I started, when I started diving into film and to music as well, I realized that it's not as simple. Like it's not that easy. Like it doesn't just happen. Like there's so many things that come into play that
just how we were mentioning earlier, everything.
And a lot of the times, like the pop stars from back in the day, they wouldn't direct their own videos. Like it was like big, like I don't know, record label type stuff, and it's like, so it was hard to understand when it was someone's art and when it wasn't. When it was something like produced by,
too many hands in the cookie
jar.
Too
many hands
could
be.
Creating.
And I feel like they all had that same vibe back in the day, of
You're
like super highly produced, or I love MTV, and it would get your imagination going, but
No.
But as a child, of course, I was like, I would have done this, or I would have cut there.
I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like you're a child.
Yeah.
You're innocent. You don't know that.
No doubt. Okay, so what's your favorite part of creating music overall?
Creating music overall.
What's your favorite?
My favorite part. Well, now, I don't know. I guess making it to begin with.
Okay.
Like the first time that you actually sit down and like it starts coming out by itself. That's my favorite part. Like
the process.
The process, like the beginning process of it, feels so cool because it's like it's just you in the kitchen. Like you're
something out of nothing.
Taking things and like. I don't know, like sometimes I'd be like, I will write a sentence, right? And I'd be like, oh, like I need to take that out. Or like I would come up with a melody, right? Like da-da-da-da-da, right? And maybe the sentence that I have doesn't fit in that melody. So I have to take off some words or replace the melody. So it's like, it's really like, it almost feels scientific but soulful at the same time. So I really enjoy that. I every song that I've written is like a different. I've been in different places, you know, mentally. So I feel like that's my favorite part. And then of course now that I get a taste of performing now, that's like I enjoy performing.
Okay, I know that.
Because
that's just something different. Okay.
It's something different, but at the same time, it's like some songs I wrote so long ago that I don't relate to them anymore. And sometimes it's hard to sing them. You know, it's like, oh, like I have to sing the song again, but I don't feel that way anymore. But so I have to kind of like put myself in that place again, like remember something of that, and then I have to feel it so I can like be honest with the audience and with me too, because I've had times where like a song doesn't, like a heartbreak song, whatever, it doesn't hit me as hard anymore, and I have to kind of like imagine like
being heartbroken.
Remember those times and be like, okay,
those feelings.
Because then the voice would also like not be as dramatic or as imposing.
Yeah. Or maybe can you say it'll be less authentic? Because those aren't your feelings anymore. Yeah.
They're not, but like some
even though they were your feelings when you created it, it's like that's just not how you feel anymore. Like I'm over it.
Yes. And I feel like I'm always changing, like always like changing into a different person, and sometimes like I forgive you, but then it's like, but now how am I gonna sing that song?
That's right.
Like
I keep that same energy.
Yeah,
and
keep
it's
that
like,
same energy. You know, I have to kind of like go back into it and tap out, because you can't stay there anymore.
That's
like
right.
I don't know.
Muse, like it's I understand.
Something like that.
It kind of reminds me of I went to a Logic concert a couple weeks ago, and so when he was, I guess, performing one of his biggest hits, it's a song about suicide. Right. He before he sang the song, he mentioned to the crowd that he was in a certain place when he wrote the song. Like I don't want to be alive, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't feel like that. Fast forward, but he still just performs it because it helps people in what they're going through, right? Even though he mentioned, he goes, I wrote this during some emotions that I don't currently have, and also it brings me back to those emotions. However, I'm still gonna sing it because it's a fan favorite. Do you have a song that, let's say it's a fan favorite, but even though you're hesitant to perform it because that's not how you feel, do you still sing it? And which one is it?
Well, I think that's a good question. That's a great question. Let's see. Well, some songs. Let me try to think.
You know what? There's a song.
Forgive me. Tell me.
Okay, so I remember there's a song that I heard of yours. I can't pinpoint the title, but it's I think it's like Lying, where like the guy lies.
I lied too.
Yeah. I lied too. Yeah.
Yo, I hate that song.
Okay,
bro.
so why? Like, is that one of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I feel like the most songs that I relate to would be love songs, probably. Okay. Like not heartbreak songs, but love songs. Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm just such a lovey-dovey person. I when I'm in a relationship, I'm like, like I worship my partner. I'm like, let's do it all, dude.
Conquer the world.
Conquer the world, whatever. And but that song, I guess, it was so fast, and I had same feeling of revenge, or kind of like, like me quiero desquitar,
like, hey, I lied too.
I lied too, boy. And I was just feeling sassy that day, like sassy and like, I don't know, like Gemini-ish, I don't know. Dude, I was just feeling very, that I had to let it out, and I had something to say, And yes, one of my closest friends, he loves that song. He's always
it's
quoting
a dope song. Yeah,
he's always quoting it. He's all like, and I'm like, yes, I get it. It's a cool song, and I'm proud of it. Like because I did it all myself. I recorded it, I edited my vocals, and I just released it. Like it was the most, I would say, like the best way to release it. I don't know, a song. It was the fastest song I've ever released because I was just so like.
In the
within
moment.
A couple hours, it was out,
That's
and
amazing.
so.
And it's a good song.
You think so?
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Thank you. I like the melodies. And stuff.
Well, overall, the concept, you could tell the emotions are in it. You could tell it's the authenticity, and also, the beat and the lyrics are pretty dope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I got it from you too.
Oh, okay.
I contacted, what's his name? Cooper.
Okay.
Balance Cooper.
Okay.
He has a lot of really cool beats, and I contacted him. I was like, bro,
Yeah,
and he didn't reply to me until like 2 years later.
Oh wow.
And he was like, you can rent the beat.
Yeah.
And I was like, might as well just take it down, dude.
Yeah.
Might as well just not,
Yeah.
But it was one of those situations where like, people wanted, or like my friends really dig that song and quote it to me, and I was like, But it's kind of embarrassing because I feel like it was a different me, Yeah. I don't relate to that, but you gotta, I don't know, because art is forever once you put it out there. Like you gotta, and sometimes I feel like, well, I'm not at that point yet, but fans feed you, like Logic. I love Logic. He's amazing. But I'm sure even if it hurts, like he still wants to give them something, like give them love. That's love, straight up. Like if it hurts you, it's kind of like that, like sometimes we do things for love that hurt us too, and we have to be selfless, you know. And he could have been like super ego and been like, nah, I'm moving on to another song, whatever, and not even like talk about it. But from what I know, because I've been to his concerts too, he's very personal with his fans, and he's very open, and he's, so I don't know. It depends on each person, but I feel like if it was really that bad to where like a song gave you like some type of post-traumatic,
is there one
episode? No, I don't think so.
You think you can play all of them?
I can play all of them. Like there's a time when I wrote Ay Abuela, actually, for the longest time I couldn't sing that song without crying. I couldn't sing it without crying. I would like be singing it.
Forgive me.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's not dive into that one. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Later on, because I want to focus on that.
Okay, we'll focus on that one.
But songs like that, where overall, it puts you in a place that I guess maybe you weren't comfortable in.
Right.
But that's actually those emotions that it created within yourself.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like you gotta be strong too. Yeah. You gotta have courage, and if people really like it and like those numbers are up, and like I don't know, if you get like hella, people coming up to you, then it's making movement. Yeah. First of all, you're creating movement,
and your art is doing something.
And your heart is doing something. Your art and your heart, your heart.
Both. Yeah.
And
they both go hand in hand.
Right. So that's a good. First of all, I feel like it's a good. What do you call it? A good sign. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
A good sign, and you just have to look within yourself, because nobody's gonna do what you're not gonna do what you don't want to do.
That's right.
You
Especially
don't have
as an
to.
artist.
You don't have to ever do anything. So
that's right.
I don't know. That's what I gotta say.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way we met, right? Mm-hmm. I remember I went to a show and I saw you perform, right? And I thought you were hella dope. I loved your music, your vocals, your performance, your energy. And when you came off stage, you were selling some projects, right? Mm-hmm. And like I said, I loved your performance, so it made me a fan, right? Mm-hmm. And I saw that you were selling merch, you were selling shirts, and also your project, your latest project, right? And this is a cover of that project at the time. However, I did notice that you had different drawings, right? So you had them in different. So I bought two. I was like, you know what, that's a cool cover, and this one's a cool cover too. So even though it was selling the same project, fortunately I was able to give one to my brother, and stuff like that. He loved the album as well. Yay. But I noticed that how I was mentioning, they're different drawings, and there's a character on it, right? Can you speak about the character and what inspired that character? Or is it like a mascot? Or how about I'll let you say.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Well, that character, her name's Tula. She is a character that I created. I don't know. It just one day I was just sitting down and I was like, I kind of just want to draw a character. I just want to have a character that I can take with me forever, and I can draw in every situation, because I like drawing, but also it's like sometimes I need like the root of something. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it would be more interesting to have like something. Anyway, so I was sitting down, watching Sailor Moon, and I was home alone, and then I just had like a piece of cardboard, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw something, and this is gonna be it. Like, so I just drew it. Like the first thing that I drew was, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's kind of like her hanging from a cage. Okay. She's hanging from a cage. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you can put it in there
for
somewhere.
Sure. We'll put it on.
Yeah. And then I cut it and I painted it, and then I like finished it like right away. Like it just came to the paper like naturally, and obviously I wanted her to have like the Mexican flag colors, you know, verde, rojo y blanco, and then everything within that character, it all means something. It's not there just for whatever, you know, but it all means something, and that's how she came to be. And it's kind of like everything that I don't know, I just like, if I had like a sassy side of me, or it's all her, you know, I don't know, like I just feel like I really enjoyed watching. She's my muse, bro. She doesn't she exists with, you know, in my brain, but she inspires me because I'm like, I don't know, I feel like she's strong, and
because it's also awesome that you have the outfit to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yes, it's a drawing, and also you have a figure.
Right.
However, you also perform in the outfit as well.
Yes.
That's pretty
awesome.
Which
you know, it was cool. I enjoyed doing it. Like it feels, when I was using her, it was crazy. Like the first time that I put it on, obviously I liked it, but then I showed up in public with it, and I realized, I was like, damn, dude, like I'm not acting anything like I imagined her. Like, so now I don't use that. I don't use her outfit because I feel like I have to develop that character more. It's almost like, because like when I showed up to this like Halloween party show, I was so insecure, bro. I was like, oh, like, I was like, everybody was just kind of staring at me, and I was like, and then some girl was like, what is this, Christmas? Like, and I was like, because it looked like Christmas colors, and I was like, God damn. Which is like, her character is actually powerful and like, just like, you know, more expressive and confident all the time. So, you know, I don't know. This is not like me. People think it's me, but it's not. Like, it's like
it's
a character.
Muse. It's something
it's
you created.
It's my muse. It's a character of the many that I.
That's pretty dope,
you know,
though. No, I like you know, the way you have different paintings of her and just different things. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, it's artistic.
Thank you.
Right?
I enjoyed.
So you're featured on the song called Ancestral, right? And you say a term. You say dolor ancestral, right? What does that mean to you? And also, can you break it down for us?
Okay, so that song with the South Bay Nino, he invited me. He played the beat. He hadn't written anything, but he was telling me like, you know, we can write about, you know, colonization, or, you know, I feel like this is kind of like, I don't know. And then I just wrote that, the hook, and then we kind of went off from that. But dolor ancestral to me means kind of like, well, I feel like there's things that we don't even understand, you know, like, I don't know, like a racist person, for example. I feel like nobody really is born racist, to be honest, and I feel like it's learned along the way, you know, or these feelings of, you know, resentment towards another race or whatever. I feel like those are things kind of rooted. Maybe it could be genetic too, you know. So I feel like dolor ancestral means that it's coming from generations, that it's something that is not you. It's not you. It's ancestral. It's beyond us, sometimes beyond our times, you know. But I don't know, it's kind of weird. We don't understand it either, you know. Like, I don't know. Like, for example, there's this book by Octavio Paz. It's called, damn, bro, ¿cómo se llama? Laberinto de la Soledad. The Labyrinth of Solitude. And he talks about, you know, the worst thing that happened to Mexicans and what they took from us, it wasn't like the land or nothing, it was our identity. Like, now we're scattered all across America and, like, you know, kind of like try to fit into these societies and, you know, trying to be like quiet and, you know, not cause any trouble. And there's like, we use masks, we use like, you know, we try to be someone else. And so I feel that's what the song means to me, you know, or that phrase, I guess, you know, is, you know, our identity, what they took from us and what they took from them too, you know, because we be judging people based on how they look, and it's like, it's not, you know, we can't just wash it off, dude. Like, we can't, like, it's part of us, and we have to kind of like, I don't know, we're all born with a deck of cards, you know, random deck of cards, privileges, and not, you know, and, you know, things that we have to work on or whatever, and I don't know, it's just,
no doubt.
It's interesting.
No doubt. You know, can I just mention something?
Yeah.
This is just me talking.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like you're very confident, right? I feel like you're very confident and you're very humble, you know, and and you're so sure of what you're saying, you know. And like I said, you're even so humble because I just hear you saying I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. But that
I don't know. I've been told that I say I don't know a lot.
Yes, but you're so sure though. Like right now, even if you say I don't know, you do know. You know what I'm saying?
I know a little bit.
Yeah, because you're confident. You're confident, but you're not arrogant. That's the thing.
Thank
you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the beauty of it. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I got my times.
Yeah, so
that,
so don't worry about not saying that I don't know. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's una muletilla.
Yeah,
it's like a muletilla, you know, like a kind of like, or some people, you know, they repeat themselves.
No, I have that a lot.
Right?
I do that a lot. So yeah, because I know when I do it, it's because I always say one thing that I always say, right? I always say something, and then I end it with, well, what do you think? You know, and because like I want to, like I know what I think, you know, but I want to be respectful to what you're.
To hear you out.
Yeah. So I always say that, and it's funny. Like a lot of friends like, why do you always ask me what I think? Like you just said, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Hey, drinks with JD, right?
My bad, bro.
Don't worry. Right,
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm cutting you off.
I don't know why I laughed, bro. I just imagined it. Like
yeah.
Just in work mode, you know, like JB's world. Yes. All day, every day. Bro, I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
Well,
yeah, I just wanted to mention it because I do it as well. So I could relate. That's what I'm saying. Okay. People say that to me all the time. Like, why you care what I think? Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so so you mentioned your culture, your roots, and your ancestors throughout your music, right?
Yes.
Why is that important for you to share in your music?
Culture, ancestors, roots. I don't know, bro. Yeah. Maybe it's a way of healing too, you know? Because I don't know, I haven't done a DNA test or whatever. I don't know exactly what I am, you know? Like, I could be anything at this point, you know? But truly, I do know that now, what I feel now and what I'm experiencing now is what matters the most to me. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know. People think I'm political. I wouldn't say, I'm not a political person, you know? Like, I don't be reading the news or educating myself or, you know, I kind of shut that part away from my, I don't know. I like to keep it, I don't know, I like to have my own opinion, you know? I try not to run into like these doom scrolling holes or theories and conspiracies, and because we truly don't know what happened. Like we will never know, you know? What if it's all wrong, you know? Like, so I like to make my own conclusions and just express what I see and what I feel or what I felt. And some things just resurface. You know, it's a lot of subconscious, you know, working. But I would love to work more on my spirit and, you know, dive deep into my ancestry, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't practice, you know, none of those things, or I'm not part of any religion, but I respect them all. But, you know, I don't know.
No, okay. I respect that.
That's good. Dun, dun.
All right.
JD.
All right.
Dun, dun.
Right. They're gonna get you. They're gonna get you.
Oh, nice Jordans, bro.
Thanks. I appreciate it. That's when I get out of the JD character, you know.
As soon as I leave this door, shorts and shit. Oh, Tula.
It's my muse. It's my muse.
I know.
Get my J's ready.
I know. That's funny.
All right.
Yes.
Where do you think you are in the stage? Because overall, you know, you've mentioned, you know, you were, you know, how like, you know, and when you were younger, and the whole McFly thing, and how you keep growing and stuff. Where is the Nicole McFly career at right now? Where do you feel it is?
Where am I? I think I'm like preparing my wings. Honestly, I'm like polishing myself in this woman body, because I feel like I literally just became an adult like a couple years ago, to be honest with you. I feel like I was very, you know, but now after performing and like, now I feel like maybe my music can actually make an impact, you know, maybe I am someone that has something important to say. So I don't know. Right now in my career, I would say I'm like slowly but surely working my way, like, you know, into making things that I don't know, that I enjoy, first of all. Like, now I'm at the point where I want to make things that when I release them, like, that I actually enjoy. Because that whole, like, I make something and I'm not gonna put it out. It's over. Like, I can't waste time anymore, you know? Like, I have to like create something and like do it in the best way possible to release it. Like, it needs to be released. Like, I can't be holding art back anymore. Like, I have to release things from now on. And therefore, they have to be good. Therefore, I have to work hard on the pre-production to release them, you know, in a professional manner or like in a, I don't know. Now I feel like I'm in a good place. I'm learning a lot. I'm polishing myself, you know, and my art. And so I'm like getting ready. I'm preparing, you know, I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm preparing truly because it hasn't even started, which is, well, it has started, but not like
I know what you're saying. But no, I'm excited because, well, I'm also excited as a Nicole McFly fan, you know, because, you know, obviously, well, I've been following you for a while, but, you know, after doing the research from before I even knew you, to see your growth and how your art is just, you know, expanding and getting better and better. I'm just excited to see in the future how your star keeps rising and where your art or how it's going to develop, you know, so I'm just excited for all that. So that's pretty dope.
Thank you.
Yeah. No.
I'm excited to see what's up too, because I don't know. I know some things, but I don't know what's going to happen.
You do know. You do
I know some things.
you know you're going to succeed.
I know some things, but I don't know. I really want to work them. I would love a therapist, darling. I would like to, you know, like to take care of myself, you know, like to eat better, all these things. So, and I don't know where my mind's going to be when that happens, you know, like I feel like it's
because overall, if you work today on yourself, on whatever it is, you're going to have a better and a different future.
Right.
So, yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm excited. That's where I am.
All right. So now let's highlight the beautiful ballad, the very powerful track, Ay Abuela.
Yeah.
Can you please explain the inspiration and also break it down for us? Yeah.
So Ay Abuela is a song about forgiveness.
Yeah.
It's a song about, you know, well, not childhood, but like innocence, you know, forgiveness, innocence, and, you know, just a story about a father and, you know, the story that we hear all the time of, you know, an absent father, which is very common, as I've discovered. And yeah, it's a song about a child asking the grandmother, yo, who's my dad? What's his name? Where's he from? Do I look like him? And then, you know, it's about that. It's a story about a child asking about her father. Yeah. You know.
That's amazing. So, well, this is your latest single, right? What inspired you to drop this one first and anything else?
Okay. I think it's the poppiest song of the album. It's definitely the most pop song of the album. And it's sticky. And I don't know. It's like, I feel like it's one of the songs. I feel like it's a simple song. It's not one of my favorites. It's like one of those songs that people want to hear, and you know, and I feel like it's just a pop song to me. But I love it. But for that reason, I feel like it's gonna relate with more people, and it's a good introduction to what's to come. You know. I feel.
Okay. Well, I love the music video. It's dope. It's very artistic. You know, like I keep on mentioning on everything that you do. Did you develop the shots, or how did the ideas develop overall?
Well, I wrote the screenplay, or you know, the storyboard, and then the shots themselves, like the photography of it, it's Millie Frame's photography, because I would show him, you know, like you know, this is what I want. Like I showed him the picture, and then you know, he would insert his eye of gold.
Because he's also an artist as well.
Right, he's an artist, amazing artist, and so we work together in that sense, you know. So it was me and him mainly.
Okay. Well, it's amazing, and
thank you.
I love hearing it, and I'm just happy that, you know, you dropped it, and we got an amazing Nicole McFly song. That's
Thank you.
No.
Shout outs to everybody who worked on it too. Like, it's all the homies, my friend's parents, the Paytons. They let us borrow their home, and you know, it was just a lot of teamwork. It's teamwork, low budget.
Hey, it came out amazing. So it came out amazing.
Oh yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I really like it.
So right now you mentioned the album, right? When is the album coming?
So after 5 years of hard work, the album is coming end of August.
Okay.
Or the beginning of September.
Okay.
One of the both.
What's it called? How many tracks?
Oh no, I can't say.
Yeah.
I can't say how many tracks. For sure. That's like something I can't
What's
say.
What's the title?
The title is Acérquense Niños.
Okay.
Acérquense, acérquense niños y escuchen mi historia.
Yeah.
That's the name of the album. It's the name of the album. The name came to me a long time ago. Like when I first sat down and I was like, you know, I had like 3 songs and I'm like, I'm gonna make an album. I was like, I'm gonna make an album. Like this is my next big step. And it's really, you know, that's the name of the album.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. So
thank you. It's the first time I've said it. On camera.
There you go. Shout out, right?
That's it. That's the name of the album. Damn, I feel like a big, you know, they're gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
If they hear it, they'll know.
Yeah.
If I have any fans out there, you know, there it is.
Yeah. Now, overall, what can we expect from the album? And well, you know what? How about this? This is a 2-part question.
Okay.
What can we expect from the album? And also, since you do songs in Spanish and English, are we gonna get songs in both languages?
What can we expect from the album? Expect a lot of tears. You know, have napkins ready. If you're listening from the heart, at least, you know, like just, it's just me. You know, it's like my experience, and you know, I hope that it resonates, or you know, just you know. I would say you can expect a lot of emotion, a lot of theatrical style music, very, you know, theatrical. It's an experience, I would say. For me, it was an experience. Like each song is its own little world. So, yeah, I just.
All right. Well, I can't wait to hear it.
Thank you. Let me know what y'all think. You know
for sure,
saying?
For sure.
No, I'm excited. I just put so much love into it. Like you don't even know. Like even, you know, this, you know, like we don't know what you had to do to get this, you know, the way it is, you know. Maybe it was very stressful, or maybe it was a beautiful experience. Like you don't know. Like so every piece of art takes, you know, it takes you know, time, and it takes. But I don't know. It's just there's just been so, and someday I will talk about it. You know, I will talk about everything that, you know, I've been going through. But for now, just enjoy. You know, your life.
The masterpiece.
Enjoy the music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then what else? Oh, music in English and Spanish. So all of my songs are bilingual.
Okay.
They all have like little snippets of English and Spanish here and there, like me. But there is no like only English songs or only Spanish songs. There's always like, you know, kind of like. Well, actually, I don't have songs that are just in English, except for maybe that one that you were talking about.
Yes.
But, you know, mainly Spanish with a little bit of pocho, you know, English words here and there. I don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I have this segment on Drinks with JD, right? And it's called What Would You Bring?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've seen it.
All right. So I guess let me break it down, right?
Okay.
All right. So Planet S.O.N, right, is an acronym for Planet 619, right? And the idea of the planet is that I brought all the positivity from San Diego and I put it all on one planet.
Wow.
Right?
Yes.
So as Drinks with JD alumni, right, you and your family get a first-class ticket, right, on a rocket ship.
Let's go, everybody.
And you guys are going to go to Planet 619,
Hell yeah.
right?
Cool.
But you can only bring one thing with you, right?
Okay.
Just one thing from San Diego.
From San Diego.
Yeah. And that one thing has to positively affect everyone else on Planet 619.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So, Nicole McFly, what would you bring?
What would I bring?
Yeah.
So I can say, like, if I say something and someone else already brought it, can I?
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. Because we can't. All right. I would bring to Planet 619 my whole family. I would bring the hikes, like the nature.
Oh, wow.
I would hella bring the nature. That way the planet could be like all nice and be like,
that's cool.
You know, let's go to Three Sisters Falls.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know.
Or Cow's Mountain and stuff like that.
Cow's Mountain,
like,
all the hike places and mountains, I would bring that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
I think that would be nice.
Yeah, and in our culture, in the San Diegan culture, people love to hike.
Right.
So,
they love
that's pretty
hiking
awesome.
and, you know, but I would say minus like the you know,
the snakes and stuff.
Snakes. Oh, the snakes.
All the rocks that people trip on,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it was all positive, you know, you're gonna make it into the utopia. So there has to be some bad, like there has. But I'm talking about like helicopters or like parking structures or like cars. I wouldn't bring that. Like I would just keep the you know nature. But yeah, that's what I would bring.
Well, that's amazing. Nature. I'm sure everybody on Planet 619 will enjoy hiking.
Yes.
Thanks to Nicole McFly.
That's what I would bring.
Yeah, no, it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
Cool.
Okay, so there are a lot of little Nicole McFlys out there, right? Who like are very artistic, and they, you know, they're young, you know, and they don't know, you know, which path to go, but they want to go in the artistic route. What advice would you have for them?
There's little Nicole McFlys out there in the world. What I would tell you, my friend, is just let them, bro. Like if they don't like you, let them. If you know, if whatever they want to support you, let them. You know, just let people do what they gotta do, and just observe. You know, like, and just do you. Just do you, and don't worry about the rest. Like, don't worry about if it comes out whack. I guess it's one thing I would have enjoyed because I had a lot of ideas growing up. You know, I had like crazy ideas, and I wish I would have made all that happen so I had more things to look at now and see like, oh, who was I when I was a child? So just do your thing, let them. I don't know, it's a theory that, or I guess like the let them theory is something that I just like, you know, it brings me a lot of peace right now of like letting people do whatever they gotta do and keep that energy for me. But I would tell the kids, you know, just do what you gotta do. Do you. Create all the art that you can, even if it looks whack, bro. If it doesn't look like a Hollywood movie, just do it.
So do you and let them.
Right. Do you and let them.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
Yes.
So you know how we were mentioning how, you know, I'm excited to see the future of your music, right? What's your ultimate goal for your music?
The ultimate goal for the music is
like, what goal do you want to reach?
Well, I want to let it all out. Okay. I want to be able to finish the music that I have, because I have so much music that I need to release. I just want to let it out and create freely. I would love to create just, you know, freely. That's my ultimate goal. Okay. Now, I would like a house.
No doubt. Hey, if it brings you a house,
I would like
a
little, you know, a little yacht or whatever.
Okay. Just a little one. Just a little
one. Just a little one. That's all I need. You know. And I just, for me personally, I just want to create freely. I just want to be able to create. That's it. I just want the freedom to create whenever I want, however I want. If I want a giant octopus behind me when I'm singing in Barrio Logan, I want to be able to make that happen. You know, that's it.
That's awesome. Okay, so after it's all said and done, right? How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a go-getter woman, as a strong woman, as someone who moved with love and created in the frequency of love, and someone who, that's it, just someone who was themselves, you know what I'm saying? Someone just, I don't know, I hope someone was like, dude, Nicole told me this years ago and now I'm doing this. That's like, I want to be remembered as someone that, you know, a loving human with flaws. I'm not perfect, you know what I'm saying? I get my moods. That let's not like get it twisted, but
overall strong person.
Strong woman, you know. I'm strong, you know.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for people who just became Nicole McFly fans, you know, or people who want to collab with you, right? Where can they contact you?
You can contact me on Instagram or Instagram Nicole McFly, Nicole.McFly, or on my email, goldenmcfly@hotmail.com.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. And where can they hear your music?
Everywhere. SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube mainly, and everything else. You know, every other platform I paid for it.
Okay.
That's
there you go. Yeah, exactly.
So anywhere, just Nicole McFly, and remember it's MC capital FLY.
There you go.
It's not MC.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like MC Fly.
MC Fly, darling.
Yeah. No, I understand. Okay. Now, before we end this, do you have any shout-outs?
shout outs to AGMC, Avant-Garde Music School, where we recorded the whole album. Shout outs to Los Shadows, who I learned from a lot. Shout out to Devin, to Kimberly, A to Z, my mama, my papa, my sister, my brother. Shout outs to you both.
Thank you.
For having me. And that's it. Shout out to my grandma too. I love you, mommy.
There you go.
That's it.
Well, shout out to you. Thank you so much, Nicole McFly,
thank you
for being here. Yay. You know, it's truly an honor to interview you. I've been excited for this one. I've just been thinking about it, you know, for a lot. I'm just happy that you agreed to sit down, and I'm happy that it happened. So, and like I said, you know, I'm just excited to see your star continue to grow. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem.
Cheers.
I like to cheers before we end, so let's cheers. Thank you again.
Yay.
Day, go work.